What's going on, everybody? This is Island Hopper TV, and today we're going to talk about the things you need to know when visiting Laos. Let's do it. All right, let's talk about the arrival process into Laos. So I came in from the border with Nong Khai and Vientiane there on the Friendship Bridge, and I got a visa on arrival. That price varies depending on the country you're from. It should be around 30 to 40 US dollars. I paid in Thai baht when I got there. They have a border crossing you can also do in Laos. Also, many of you will be arriving at the airport in Vientiane. Some of you will be coming in through the Shanghai border crossing. But yes, there is a visa on arrival. If you wanted to simplify that, try and get a visa before you arrive, because that process at immigration takes anywhere between 10 to 20 minutes. So those are some things you need to know about the arrival. All right, now let's talk about the currency. So it is called a KIP. It is about 22,000 kip to $1 US at the time of making this video. As far as transacting here in Laos, credit cards are taken at most restaurants as well as hotels. But if you're dealing with street vendors, like right now, if I wanted to buy these fruits right here, I would want to pay using cash. So having cash on you at all times. Usually I recommend pulling out about 2 million kip. That should last you quite a long time, especially if you're very thrifty. The ATMs, they don't always work. There's a couple ATMs right down the street here in Vang Vieng, and both of them are without money right now, so I have to go down the street a little bit further. But that's what you need to know about the currency here in Laos. Now let's talk about safety. So about a week ago, there was a big story trending across the internet where several backpackers had actually passed away right here from drinking laced alcohol, or got alcohol poisoning, methanol. We don't have the full details on that, but that leads into the idea of safety, right? So when it comes to alcohol, to play it most safe right now here heading into 2025, probably better, if you're gonna drink, stick to the beer, okay? The off-brand whiskey, rum, other alcohols, locally made, the factories, the places, the distilleries where they're made might not be up to the standards of your country. So that's when you get into situations where it could have methanol in there, which is not good. And unfortunately, several backpackers, like more than 5, have died. That happened here in Vang Vieng, which is where I'm at right now. Other than that, I found Laos to be very safe. The roads are in better shape than I thought. The train system is in better shape than I thought. As far as like violent crime or people mugging or scamming, I haven't really experienced much of that. I would say it's probably more scamming going on in Vietnam. I would say it's about as safe as Thailand in terms of just being around people dealing with petty theft or crime. It's a really safe place. That doesn't mean let your guard down. Like I said, the alcohol thing, watch your drinks, pay attention to that. Maybe go to more established places. That instance actually happened at a hostel. So they say anytime someone gives something for free, that means they might be cutting costs, which isn't good for you because it could be an unhealthy thing. Is they might not even be doing it intentionally, right? So they might not even be trying to harm you or poison you. It could just be they're trying to save money by giving it away for free. So things to keep in mind. I guess you could say you get what you pay for. All right, now let's talk about the best places to go. So there's Luang Prabang. That's actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's a historical city that blends French and Lao historical information and Buddhist architecture. Then you have Vientiane. Now that's the capital. Again, it blends French because the French were coming up here, but it's another historical place to go. Not too much to do in the daytime, but along the Mekong at night, they have a night market and they have several other places you can go around like Buddhist Park. But my favorite that I went to was Vang Vieng. That's right there along the riverfront. They got those beautiful mountains that you can go up to. So that's the top 3, I would say. And then there's the Boulevard Plateau, which is known for the waterfalls, and that's in southern Laos. Then you have Siphan Don, which is also known as 4,000 Islands. It's a peaceful area to hang out along the Mekong. All right, let's talk about the weather here in Laos. The best time to visit is going to be from November until about February. Now, the rainy season extends from around May until November or October, really. That's when it's quite wet. If you want to be here during flooding, then you can arrive during those months. But really, the best time to arrive is going to be during the mild, dry season, which begins in November, ends in February. I'm actually here in November, and the weather is very pleasant. Vientiane, it was not too hot. Nothing like what you get in Bangkok this time of year, or even Malaysia. The evening times are even quite chilly, a little bit brisk, especially if you go up higher into the mountains. So weather's good. Like, I don't need a jacket necessarily or a sweater, but I do wear shorts and short sleeve shirt pretty much all the time. Now let's talk about Wi-Fi, data, and SIM cards. So I found the mobile data to be very slow in Laos, and I was using Verizon. I usually use Verizon when I'm over in Thailand, and it works just fine. But in Laos, right when I crossed the border, it literally was so much slower, it barely even worked. I did stay at some of the chain hotels like the Hilton Doubletree, and I stayed at the Crown Plaza. Just used points, and I got a really good deal. Those are very good hotels for a great price in Laos, actually, at the current moment. I also stayed at the Amari. All those places had really good Wi-Fi. Now, you can get SIM cards widely available in Laos. Now, as far as transportation, in Laos, they actually now have a high-speed train that China just built for them. I believe it opened like a couple years ago, so it's fairly new. You can actually get from Vientiane to Vang Vieng probably in about an hour, they say. The problem is in Vientiane, the train station is just outside the city by about 40 minutes. So it's almost easier to just take one of those vans if you're coming from Vang Vieng. Now, if you go up to Luang Prabang, you can also get from Vientiane to there in about 2 to 2.5 hours, thanks to that high-speed train that goes over 100 miles an hour. But I also took private cars. Those were usually electric, and you need to download the app called Loca or InDrive. They don't have Grab or they don't have Uber in Laos, so InDrive or Loca. Be sure to download those and set those up before you arrive in Laos to make things a little bit easier on yourself, so you're not having to do that on the fly. Now let me give you my final review of Laos. So I was there for about a week. I started out in Vientiane. I went up to Vang Vieng. The things that stood out to me was they had better infrastructure than I thought. I was really surprised to see the high-speed train. Now, it's advancing quite quickly from what it used to be, where it was a lot of villages. There's many different ethnicity groups or ethnic groups that are in Laos, and they've all kind of created the country, everyone from the Hmong to other tribes. And really what they're called is the Laotian people, and they even extend into Isan in Thailand. And that's the general ethnicity, but they're different tribes and different traditions within each one of those tribes. But they're all trying to come together, and they are coming together really quickly. And I would say Laos is really emerging as a destination to want to go to. Still very affordable. They're building more infrastructure. It's quite easy to get around. The highway system was very good as well. I guess China built the railroad, and they also built the highway system. So China's their neighbor to the north, giving them a lot of assistance in progressing Laos. But yes, I do look forward to going back. The only thing that was kind of holding me back is when you go into the country, you get the visa, they take up a whole page of your visa page. I travel a lot, so if one country takes up a whole page, which is usually 4 different entries and exits, I usually manage to get 4 countries' arrivals and departures onto one page. They took up one page, and then they also stamped to the side of the other page. So if I want to save pages on my passport, I shouldn't be in a hurry to go back to Laos because they'll take up a whole nother page. But other than that, I have positive things to say about Laos. The people are friendly. I found it to be a safe place. If you exercise general precautions, be careful with that alcohol, like I said. Lots to explore there. I mean, there's the whole south that I didn't even explore, but I need to get to. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Hopefully you guys enjoy Laos when you visit.